can't let this become a habit, having PowerPoints on here. We got to get more videos, man.
I don't know, man. I kind of like the PowerPoints. Let's
right.
Looks like it's coming up in just a sec. Oh,
there
it is.
All right.
So what are we looking at?
So apology again for like the quality of the screenshots, but we're including the players on a journey of work in progress here.
I like that.
Yeah. We want to talk about things early. So here you kind of can, this is just the normal recalibration where you can go into any of the categories because you want to recalibrate a weapon or a mask or whatever, right?
Sure.
But you can see the tab up top, you have a library where you can look at your collection. Like how many attributes have I extracted? How many talents have I found for each of these categories? These numbers are whatever, they're from an artist. They're not the real number of talents or attributes that exist on things. Just can't stress that enough. They're just placeholder numbers.
You get the idea though.
So you go in and you go like, okay, I'm gonna look at my masks. Okay, so I've already found this much weapon damage, this much armor, this skill tier, which we'll get to.
Oh, that's not our mouse, that's someone else's mouse.
On masks.
It's a production mouse.
It's a production mouse. And I can go, you know what? I can see here that there's an improvement available for like the armor roll.
Can we bring that full screen just so we can...
Yeah, I mean, our faces aren't quite as interesting.
No. There we go.
There you go.
Nice.
So you can go in and go like, okay, there's apparently I have something that I can extract and get a better armor roll. So you go in and you go like, okay, here's all my masks that have armor core rolls. And you'll select the one you want to extract from. And you'll see like, oh, this is going to improve by some amount. You extract it and that destroys it, just like recalibration has always destroyed like the source material. And then, unfortunately, I don't have more screenshots. Then that roll, that armor roll, is available to put on all masks forever, right?
So one question that I see popping up in chat is, what are you going to do once you've filled in your Pokedex or the recal bench?
Yep.
Well, I mean, you still need to find, in order to, let's say, have a perfect item, you still have to find an item that has all the other attributes God rolled.
Yeah.
Right.
This is just a way for you to
Fix
either
one
break
thing.
a rule,
Yeah.
changing a always defensive core attribute brand set to an offensive core attribute, or to shore up any holes or a bad potential roll on a piece of gear.
Yeah.
It's not going to diminish the.
I'd say it's more about customizing gear than like improving its overall power for the most part.
Yeah.
Like if you think about a chess piece, it's going to have a core roll, 2 attributes, a mod slot, a talent. That's 4 out of 5 things. You still got to roll well, and then maybe you can recalibrate one of those things to fix it, right?
And certain gear pieces or slots are going to be easier to perfect.
Yeah.
Whereas the backpack and chest in particular are difficult.
I mean, you've seen at various times throughout the game when people have tried to replicate this through, if there's something God rolled on a vendor, right? Like a max weapon damage stat on something. They'll buy 50 of them and put them in the stash.
Because they needed to have a...
Right? But you won't have to do that anymore.
No.
No.
You have it, you have it.
Yeah, you've found the max roll for armor, for masks, then you have it. And yeah, that question. Still only 1 recap per piece? Yeah. Because it's more there to capture the ability to fix one thing.
Yes, Loppy Bro has a question. Is the stat library character or account-wide?
We're still thinking about that. I think possibly we'll start out with a character bound, but probably we're looking at the opportunity to spread it to be account-wide.
Okay.
We haven't really gotten to that point.
Interesting.
Do you want to tackle
this question, like how does it tie into crafting? Like crafting pretty much works like it worked. You can craft pieces that will have different roles depending on how powerful the thing was, and then you can recal something on that. Like crafting is just another source of items, right?
Cool.
So I think the thing to remember is all of that stuff you have in your stash, you can now, extract all of the things that you kept it around for, if you can still remember why you kept that one piece around.
I'm like, why did I keep this? I don't remember.
You can send Pikachu to the glue factory.
Don't do it. Yeah, horrible. So, I mean, this has been something that various parts of the community have talked about for a while in some way or another. It's really cool. I just wanted to give a shout out to the community for being a part of the, I guess, this journey of improving the game. That's really cool.
And I think, honestly, most people who have suggested collecting the stats rather than keeping the items, they kind of expected us to do it so that you extract it once and then you can use it once. But in practice, we found that it's really fun to kind of have that feeling of filling out the whole deck or the whole library and just knowing that you have everything collected. It becomes another thing for you to do, to find all the god rolls for everything.
So if I'm reading this question correctly, so you can't craft a god item by using the Pokédex. No, you cannot take the Pokédex and then generate a assault rifle
that's dev hacks.
from that.
Yeah.
Or that we can do that, but no. That's not how it's going to work. You're still going to have to craft an item and it's going to roll randomly generated attributes or stats, and then you can then use your Pokédex.
Let's stop using it. Let's use the Recal library.
The Recal library in order to finalize it or perfect it.
Yeah, that would break the game. You wouldn't play the game anymore.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I just made all these items. Hey.
Yeah. So it's not a terribly complicated thing.
Yeah.
Find stats, extract them, use them forever.
All right. Anything else you want to say about Recal before we move on to skill power refactorization?
I mean, we're still working on costs and everything. It's probably going to be a little bit more like tuned than to be more costly than what it currently is because it's so powerful, but we'll see.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I think the next slide you have is about
skill.